leading cutting edge technology. That is what the new gem backpack is about. And I will say, I've had this thing for about a day now. I've kind of been messing around with the inside of it. I'll do a formal actual review on this, but kind of just wanted to do a little quick showcase about this on this discussion video, kind of before we get into it. So, it has a little cool deck box area for you. Like, this thing's actually really cool. Well, let's dig on into that discussion, shall we? Yep, PrankKids won the YCS. I don't know why any of you are actually surprised about this. So, let's talk about this, shall we? Because I found this very interesting. Now, we've had another similar time in the game's history where we've had Ritual Beast kind of come up and top. And a lot of the players at the time were talking about, oh, well, you know, like, no one wants to read the cards or in the combos and things like that. And then we kind of revisited that exact same argument today. We had a lot of people talking about, well, nobody has really learned the combos and things like that. Nobody wants to take the time to learn the combos. Why do that when you can literally just play Thunder Dragons and Sky Striker and things are a lot easier to you? And I even mentioned that point a couple days ago. It's like, why do people want to take this time to learn these integral combos? Because, well, you can be rewarded for it. I think it's very important to understand that. Now, surprise factor was very much a thing this weekend for PrankKids. I gotta give it up for the rogue element of choice. Also, the deck has a decent Sky Striker matchup, and I've said this, and people are like, no, it doesn't. Look at me. The deck's fusion monsters, they all tribute for cost. Alright, you guys know what monsters like doing. Moving themselves out of the way when they're being targeted by my opponent's card effects. Tributing for cost is very, very good. Very nice. So, I think a lot of people kind of underestimated the power of effects and things like that that can kind of move themselves out of the way, split apart. You know, like, boss monsters and things like that can do this are extremely good and versatile for the game. So I gotta say that much, that, well, hey, you know, for the most part, it was a very good meta call, I feel. Now, this means that PrankKids have won an event now. Congratulations, you've done something that a lot of other decks can do. Now, the downside is, everyone and their mother's already picking up PrankKids. And I'm already going to tell you that if you're picking up this deck is not for everybody. I understand hype beast people wanting to pick up the next best deck and trying to get ahead of it. Number one, the learning curve is very high. This deck has one of the highest ceilings I have seen in the game. Your skill trees are pretty impressive, and I think a lot of people are going to try to prove me wrong, and that's what we need to see in this game for the most part. But everybody that's kind of spending money on this, you kind of got to understand what you're getting yourself into. Very high-based combo ceiling deck that, if you can master it, will massively reward you. I definitely think that's one of the cool things about PrankKids. It's high risk versus high reward, and you bet your ass that if you figure out the deck, you'll be going places this format. So, there's that. Now, the deck has already tripled in price. It's disgusting. For everybody that's like, oh, I was waiting to get my PrankKids. Your time to get PrankKids was literally a week and a half ago. I always constantly talk about, like, pick up cards near set release. Like, kind of the Monday after set release is kind of a little bit too late at that point. And it's kind of a shame to see that, actually, because kind of when you get to that point, the Monday after release, like, everybody's already got their stuff. Products already kind of circulated, and, like, your low point is kind of like Saturday morning. It's kind of weird the way the secondary market works, but you got to stay ahead of the trends. If you want something, you know, understand what your budget is, and don't be afraid to pick it up. You know, case in point was PrankKids when they first came out. I picked up all 3 cores from the set because, you know what, I like having just random deck bases laying around just in case something piques my interest, or is like, oh, we're already playing zombies, like, let's try it. Like, you gotta stay ahead of the curve. But if you're planning on picking up PrankKids now, like, you're gonna be paying way over what it was literally 2 days ago. Alright, that's my bully with PrankKids at the moment. Like, good job, PrankKids. There go the police. See, that's the sound of overpricing on the secondary market right there. Now, next up, where were Cosmo at? So I've also said, if you guys, I will get the Cosmo deck profile from my friend. He was over here literally Saturday morning. I forgot to record the profile. He went 5-0 at locals last week. I forgot to get it for you guys, but it is on my things to do list. I promise you I'll try to get it by next weekend for you guys. Apologies for that. That's totally an M40 fuck up. We don't say that all the time. But Cosmo, we're nowhere to be seen this week at the YCS and Top Cut. Nowhere. Now, unfortunately, I want to antiquate it to not being as consistent as it actually was. Okay, so if you're going to a regional and you want to play Cosmo, you can definitely still regional top very easily at the moment. Like, call it what it is, but Dark Destroyer, a lot of decks have a bad time trying to out him. But the problem is when you're playing Cosmo, the Cosmo deck itself sucks. Like, it literally is just like, Dark Destroyer is the best card in your deck. The rest of the Cosmo cards, not so spicy, alright? Call it what it is, but if you're going to a regional, you can definitely steal a couple of tops. And the sad thing is, like, for YCS, Cosmo is not such a good deck, I want to say, to kind of go for it, because how many rounds can you truly draw a Dark Destroyer and expect to win? You know, like, call it what it is, like, consistency and variability. It's got its highs and its downs, but call it what it is. But yeah, Cosmo it doesn't meet that consistency requirement that we really need in the meta right now. Now, the next one, everybody also lost their lunch. Everyone was like, where's my burning abyss? Why are they not top? Guys, calm down, alright? It's one event. BA needs a while. I think out of all of the top decks right now, ironically, I think BA is the one that kind of needs the format to kind of establish itself. I'm not saying that BA is bad, no. So what I'm saying, BA is a little bit more of a unique situation because we kind of see the deck kind of start to show up a little bit more once the format starts to define itself a little bit. Now, if you're playing the Sekka's Light build, oh yeah, you should be. If you're playing the Turbo build, and things like that I can understand. You probably just could have ran into some really rough matches, but a lot of other people, like new format people, are trying other things. Like, give Burning Abyss time. The deck will definitely resurface to some capability. It doesn't shock me that the deck didn't top. I think a few players kind of bubbled out on the last round. I heard a few things, at least online, that people like, oh, Burning Abyss just bubbled out in the last round. That's fine. You know, they got up to the last round of Swiss. There's nothing wrong with that. They were there in representation. People knew that the deck was there, kind of in the same, you know, category as Cosmo. Like, how consistent can you truly be? Like, these decks are very good for regional level competition. We know that. You know, like, 7-8 rounds is a lot more than, you know, 11. So, that extra 3 rounds of consistency can really do a lot for you. It's kind of strange. Look at PrankKids, for example. They were able to pull it off. But don't be beating down the Burning Abyss hype train just yet and being like, oh, I'm selling the deck. No, that's not what we need right now. Just understand that for 95% of the way that things were going at this current point in time, shouldn't be massively disappointed in BA. Give it time to come back. And then the last one I'm going to talk about is Rongo Bongo. So Mr. Rongo Bongo over here, people don't want to play against it. You have to understand this. Now for a YCS, once again, the same argument. Consistency, 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 baby. You got plenty of issues with the game the way it is right now, and you're not always going to be able to make Rongo Bongo the combo. Everybody and their mother on DB is currently playing this deck, and you're going to see this massively all the way out here in regional competition. People are going to be playing this. Why, you ask? Because not allowing your opponent to play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still very, very high. A lot of people do not want to give their opponent engagement time and things like that, and I can understand that. Now, once again, call it what it is. You know, it's a very, very good deck for regional level. YCS level, maybe not so much. You kind of pick and choose with what you're going with here. But Rongo Bongo isn't going to stop being a viable threat, kind of, at least for the next X time. It was there in small representation and Top Cut, but in terms of consistency and overall pain in the assness, he's still going to be looming. So overall, for this event, what can we really take from this? Just because your deck that you love and cherish and baby and pat on the head and say, I love you, like, just because it didn't top doesn't mean that the deck is bad. Well, maybe. But consistency and variability are very big things that people need to understand. And PrankKids won the YCS. I'm already waiting for people to be like, oh, the events are relevant. No. Actually, PrankKids are really good in today's metagame. It just takes a very good player and a lot of time to learn the combos. And I gotta give it up, like, massively got rewarded for it. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. And to the one person that's going to request me do a PrankKids combo video, I don't have the deck to one of my friends borrowing it, trying to learn the combos, so he can teach me. Friendship. Alright guys, peace out.
The ride never, well, truly ends. Thank you, patrons. Without you guys, I don't know what I'd be wearing in these videos. I might be a truffle shuffle incident all over again. Guys, please also check out Vanquil40 for some awesome Vanguard content. Some other interesting stuff you might find up here on the left or in the description as well. Thanks for watching.